Hello, fellow Unity developers. My name is Nate, and I am just putting together a quick little video here on how to implement TapForTap, which is a cross-promotion advertising platform. When I say cross-promotion, it's more like an exchange system where you don't have to pay to advertise. You can spend your the money that you make from advertising in your game by advertising in other games. So it's kind of neat in that way. Um, there's not many out there. I know some have been attempted and then they've sort of fallen apart. So hopefully these guys will stick around because I really like how they've implemented things so far. This is just an empty project. Um, Set up for Android. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously you want to download the Unity plugin from the TapForTap.com website, which I've already done. And so we're going to go ahead and import that package. This guy right here, TapForTap Unity 1.3.1 is where we're at right now. So we'll go ahead and import that. Import all files. And there we are. Nice folder structure here. Plugins, Android, iOS, TapForTap. Okay, so the first step, which is actually fairly tricky, is this SDK. This plugin requires a customized Android manifest XML file, which is what we're actually going to try and deploy to Android because we're on PC. So in the plugins Android folder, we're actually going to want to create a Android manifest.xml. So what we're actually going to do, and this is actually probably recommended instead of creating your own file from scratch, is there is a default Android manifest XML that we're going to copy straight out of the Unity installation. And that folder is program files. It'll be x86 if you're on a 64-bit system. Unity, editor, data, playback engines, Android player. This is the guy we want. Okay, we're going to copy him. And we are going to dump him. Let's see, where am I here? Unity projects. You get to see all my crappy projects. Let's see, TapForTap tutorial, assets, plugins, Android, and there we go. Okay, so that's the first step. The next step is we actually want to modify this guy to allow allow the application to hook into the TapForTap functionality. So let's go ahead and edit this guy. Let's close this, and we're going to open one here. Okay, so this is the default XML that gets deployed with any Android Unity app. Okay, and we're going to make some modifications here, and those modifications are actually described. Let's see, in the let's see where I can find it here. Documentation, Unity 3D. Here we go. So this part right here, configuring TapForTap for Android. So what it wants, first of all, is permissions. So we're going to grab this, go back over here, and let's see. My guess is, let's see, where should that go? It uses permission. I really honestly have no idea. So let's see if we go. Yeah, that looks good. I don't know if this is the right spot, but it worked for me. So let's just go with that. Okay. So save that, and then there's two more things actually. This is the TapForTap activity in the Android manifest. So what I did, and I know this works, is just stick the activity right on top there. And then this down here where it says metadata, Android name, Unity player, forward native events to Dalvik, Android value equals false. We're going to change that to true. And what that does is that actually allows the ads that get displayed in your app to be tapped. Otherwise what happens is the tap goes right through to the Unity player in the background and it doesn't get captured. So it's very important. Alright, so we'll hit save there. We'll head back over here. Okay, now we've got our Android manifest all done. One thing I want to check real quick is the player settings. Okay, I've just put in something silly here for the identifier, com.mycompany.tapfortap. This right here where it says write access is very important, at least for me anyway, and I've seen some other reports of other people having issues. By default this is on internal only, set it to external, and some errors that I got hopefully won't show up for you. But everything else should be okay, anyway, just for testing purposes here. Okay, so in order to get this guy running, we just want to make a quick little script here. So let's call this TapForTap Manager. Okay, now we're going to go down here. Let's create a folder. We'll call it scripts. I'm sure you probably already have one of those already if you're in the middle of a project. Then we'll do a C# because C# wins. And let's see, TapForTap Manager. Boom. Alright, gonna open that guy. And just for testing purposes, this is all you need to do. I just grabbed some examples here, like right here. Here's the initialize, my API key. I don't really care if you see my API key because I'm not really using this account anymore. So let me just log in here real quick. Maybe. Oh, it's not gonna let me log in. Alright, let's go back. Here we go. So your API key is going to be under account. This guy right here. Okay, so we'll copy him, go back here, dump your API key in there. Alright. I'm sure there's a way to check to be sure it's been initialized, but in my tests all I had to do was initialize, and right after it the next line is to display an ad. So let's go back to our instructions here, and this is the one I used. Real simple. You know, we'll use their example. Throw it in there. Boom, done. All right. So then what that's going to do is it's going to create just a small ad on the bottom of the screen. And I think we need to attach this to the manager. And so when we run this, we shouldn't get any errors, and we should see some kind of initialization over here, which tells us it's working. And now, there we go. Initialize with API key, create add view. Now you notice we don't see anything over here in the Unity editor. That is perfectly normal. You're not going to see anything in the editor. Once you deploy it to the phone, what happens is the first time it runs on the phone or tablet or whatever Android device you're using, the first time you run it, it'll come up with a message that says, congratulations, your app has been added. Go to your dashboard and on TapForTap, and you'll see your new your new application listed. So it's pretty neat in that respect. And then once that's done, you know, you can go back to Go back to your dashboard here, go to apps, list your apps. Come on, let's go. Anyway, I don't know why it's not working, but here you'll see your application listed, and you'll be able to do your creatives and your ads and whatnot for the exchange, the exchange ad system. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps somebody. I sort of wanted to do a video because especially the Android manifest was a little bit tricky. But other than that, I like TapForTap. I hope I'm successful with it. I don't have any games released just yet with it, but I'm excited to see how that goes. So thanks for watching.